All right. Let me see. Let's see that we have good audio. 1 second. So, YouTube, view on YouTube. That sounds okay. All right. So, we're a little late today. We got comments in the comment section. So, we have a new guy, Connor Maynard. I hope that you keep talking more about ecology, artificial intelligence, and solutions of humans' problems through science. I don't talk about those things. Maybe artificial intelligence a little bit, but not keep talking about the practicality of AI. I don't do practical AI. I am theoretical. So Javier says we add that. I usually say we is life. Oh, the link is not pinned. Oh, that is a problem. I am underperforming. Jesus, let me. Nothing better than watching Slave at Work. It's not my work. It's my duty work. There you have the link. Let me pin it just in case. Just oh, 5 people watching. Pin message. That's a lot of people, and we have 103 subscribers. That means finally we're. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody just joined us. Oh, J Rock.
All right, now that I'm here, I can open up your show for you. Ready? Bam! We is live. We is live. Now
Very
I
well
am the
done.
host J Rock, aka Skinny Juan, and as always, we don't know what the stream's gonna be about until they decide the topic. With that being said, I'll hand over the mic to your main host. Take it away, Mr. Slave.
Thank you, J Rock. Thank you very much. Anyway, so the uncomfortable truth says Mr. Slave hates background noise so much. It's not that I hate it, it's that it degrades the recording. It takes your mind off the topic, not just me, anyone listening. Obviously, I think what we're discussing, usually it's very important stuff. Like the last couple of days, I've been discussing the foundations of logic, and I guess theoretical logic, I would call it. Yeah, because usually people they use logic like as practical, like practical logic, which is nice, but you have to do theoretical logic, meaning you have to understand what is logic and what are the limitations of logic. Where does logic come from? So, what I was thinking as I was walking to my car yesterday, so logic at the end of the day is a function of the brain. So, in order to truly understand logic, you have to do brain research. You have to be a brain theoretician. I never would have expected this, but like when you say I believe 1 + 1 = 2, you don't know what you 1 second. This is atrocious. Yeah. Uh yes, goddess. Uh I put like all her things in a bowl and she hates it. It's over the bowl is overflowing with like caps, jar caps and stuff. So I gotta take care of it. Not now. Anyway, so that's incredible that as I was thinking about it, because like I was talking, like one of there was a person, I don't want to say woman, I don't know how she identifies. There was a person, hopefully I'm allowed to say that, in the channel yesterday on Discord. And she said, well, do you, do you use logic in your day-to-day life? And I said, no. And then I said, no one uses logic in their day-to-day lives. And And then I asked her something like, I don't remember exactly the conversation. Then I asked her, what's your evidence that we use logic? Or, oh, no, I asked her, explain to me, explain to me from first principles how I would use logic, how you use logic. Explain to me from first principles how logic, I guess, emerges. I don't think I used the word emerges. So how does logic emerge from first principles? Like first principles, I asked her, you could start from quantum physics, I mean quantum mechanics, or from neurons. You can start from neurons, I said. You have to start from neurons spiking and explain to me from that how you get logic, which obviously no one can do. This has to do with brain theory. So um that's it. And that's the end of that conversation. So she's not able to explain from first principles how logic emerges. She could say, well, I think, therefore, and no, she didn't start from first principles. She didn't start from what we know are first principles, which, either start from quantum mechanics or from atoms and molecules, from chemistry or organic chemistry, biology, all the way to neurons. But you have to start somewhere fundamental like that. And of course, she wasn't able to do that, which is incredible. I mean, but that's what you have to be able to do in order to be a philosopher. That's what all the philosophers are missing. All the philosophers are missing this ability to explain how our brains think, because no one is a brain theoretician. So, I mean, usually philosophers are not brain theoreticians. Usually, very few are. Sometimes, maybe not so few, but even, I mean, how many brain theoreticians? You have neuroscientists. Neuroscientists are not brain theoreticians. There's very few brain theoreticians running around altogether. Anyway, so that's that. So let's continue with the comment section. Uncomfortable says he also hates when people speak directly into the mic. Yeah, because then you plode. You cause plodes. Like the consonant P, when you say it into the mic, it blows up. It's called plosion in technical language. When I said practical AI, I mean how AI can help humanity. I mean, I don't think anything can help humanity. Why would you? I mean, I think humanity is doomed. I mean, I'm not the only one that says it, but I mean, we proved it from game theory. Humanity must be doomed because in the long run, you have to betray everyone around you. In the long run, um, you have to betray. This is the prisoner's dilemma. You always have to betray your friends. It's in the long run when you play the game again and again, you end up betraying and betraying and betraying until humanity is shredded to my computer keeps my screen. I set it for 1 minute, so it keeps shutting down. Anyway, so humanity is doomed. Can AI, but AI, I mean, is going to, hopefully, if governments don't stop it, AI will, in the short term, revolutionize our lives, will make all our lives much more comfortable, much more convenient. But as soon as that happens, of course, government will destroy that because that's again game theory. I mean, the purpose of government is not to help us. The purpose of government, right? The purpose of politicians is to have a job. And if everything is fine, then politicians don't have a job, don't have a reason to exist. What is known in French raison d'être. They don't have a reason to exist, so they wouldn't like that. So politicians will always resist anything that might benefit the masses, because then the masses don't need politicians. That's the end of their jobs. So politicians will try to destroy any benefits incurred. Incurred? What's the opposite of incurred? By AI. That AI will give us. But in the very short term, before politicians can destroy that, yeah, I mean, AI obviously will raise our quality of lives. Definitely. I mean, yeah, looks promising. I mean, already is. When I said practical eyes, so next comment. So uncomfortable says, Juan, you need to speak away from the mic. Don't speak directly into the. It's not exactly away. It's you have to put the mic on your cheek. Choose a cheek. That's where you place the mic, not anywhere that wind from your nose and or mouth can blow on it. Uncomfortable is somebody. Wait, by the way, Uncomfortable hasn't been here in a couple of days. Everybody noticed, I guess, we're doing only morning shows and night shows only as a surprise. Like I usually, if I'd be too tired to work and I need to wake up, so I would do a show. That's like my theory right now. That's my plan because it takes a lot of time, and I don't want, there's a my time is limited after all. Uncomfortable says, "Is somebody making noise? Can everybody please mute their mic?" Yeah, that's always a good thing. Everybody should always mute their mics. Connor Maynard says, "I don't know what is logic. What that even mean exactly?" Right. What is that's what I've been trying to get out of them. The logicians like Bev Try Thinking. I mean, he seems to be very knowledgeable in logic within the game of logic. He knows seems to know, a lot, but that doesn't matter. He doesn't know the foundations of logic. So it's like when I talk to him, he doesn't understand anything. I mean, he assumes logic, and he knows all the rules of the game. It's like a person being a master at chess but not understanding that chess is just a game that humans invented. You can be an amazing chess player and I will never be able to beat you, but you might not be aware of the fact that it's just a game. So all I'm saying is logic is just a game. Logic has rules just like any game. Logic can have winners and losers just like any game. So logic, if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, then it's a duck. If by all traits it fulfills the prophecy, then it's the prophecy. And the prophecy is that logic. So I categorize logic as a game, or I also as a cult, not in a derogatory way. I can belong to the cult of logicians. It's just a cult. I mean, there's no negative association with the word cult. And like any religion is a cult, a family is a cult, right? So like a bunch of family members, a family, like a what do you call it? Close family, an immediate family. Like an immediate family. Like, why do you support these people? Why do they support you? Why do you take care of each other? Why do you assume, right? You go to sleep in the same house. You don't assume somebody's going to murder you or something or steal from you. And like when you ask your mom, please pass the salt, she doesn't ask for money for that, right? That's a cult. That's like a commune. It's like a compound. And so some immediate families are bigger. And then, anyway, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a cult. I mean, a cult, it's just a group, like a group of apes is a cult. Why are they together? They don't know why they're together. They never thought about it. So, so logic can be categorized as a cult, as a religion. As a social construct, as a language. There's many ways you can categorize logic, and Yeah, that's the first step of understanding what it is. I think you first have to categorize it and then start going into details what it is, what it really is. Next step. So you're claiming that you understand logic? Well, as I said, logic, it's a brain function, and since that's my job, then yeah, I have a notion. I'm not. Yeah, I think I understand it better than many people because that's my job. That's what I do all day and all night. So there you go. What is logic? Baby, don't ad hum me. Yeah, just don't say. I don't say baby usually. And what's up, Slay? Oh, Woody Johnson is with us. And this is Cat Supercomputer. Very interesting. Very interesting. And with
I
that, yeah, J Rock.
Okay, so wait, I got some ideas for conversation before you go into Discord. So your channel description says this channel's for all kinds of fun from product debates, including product reviews, right?
Yeah,
Product review.
I haven't done that yet. Yeah.
Oh, would you be willing to review your masks to see which one's more comfortable, more stylish?
I don't know. I might have to kill myself because it would be just so boring. So I don't know if it's a good idea. What I was thinking, because originally this channel was for I mean, it started as the channel of my previous owner. And then basically she didn't want it. So I changed the name. The first couple of users are from basically her users. Anyway, and that was the idea of doing product reviews. It was for her that she would do product reviews. I mean, I don't find that interesting.
Oh,
Um, Maybe we can review my collar, the shock collar.
oh,
That's something because that's giving us a hard time. It keeps disconnecting, so that we might review. Um, I haven't bought the butt plug, the remote butt plug. I need to ask my owner. Maybe I can buy it. I've never tried sticking anything up my butthole, so that would be new territory for me. Um, yeah, but it's a good idea. We might do it. Who knows? It might. One second. There's another photo. What's wrong now? Oh, I need to clean. All right, slave needs to clean the kitchen. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I need to clean. Anyway, let me see. There's a few more comments there. Yeah, I don't want to mention her by her name. She wants to be scrubbed, so and yeah, that's the history, the famous down. Yeah, but let's not mention their names. They don't want to be known. They want to be anonymous.
can you
So
talk about Yeah, yeah.
what?
A while ago, I said that you could talk about like aliens and Bigfoot and ghosts, and then I said, "What do you think's at Area 51?" Can we talk about that today, or do you want to still go on Discord and ask them what they
If
want
you
to talk?
have questions, of course, we can answer your questions. Definitely. I mean, Area 51, as far as I know, that's nonsense. Um, it's just, I guess, a location where the Air Force maybe conducts tests or something. What do they find in Area 51? Like balloons? Like some weather balloons? A weather balloon crash landed there and the locals found it and made a big deal out of it. And it's just fables came out of, not fables, but stories came out of that incident. but there's no that's what I know. It's nothing more than that, or something like that, something completely meaningless like that. The only, I mean, the best evidence we have of aliens is Oumuamua. So a couple of years ago, there was an interstellar asteroid, or we don't even know what it is. Something came through the solar system and passed by the sun and by the earth and flew right by us very, very fast, obviously. So it's it went into the solar system and out of the and now it's leaving the solar system. It's going very fast. We don't have anything that could go that fast. No technology that we have can catch up to it. But we did, as it was traveling through our region, the Pan Stars, I think that's the name of the telescope in Hawaii. There is a telescope. I think it's the one that caught it. Caught, I mean, caught it, caught a caught. I guess pictures of it. They have pictures of it. All they could see is that basically, it looks like a dot, but they can do enough analysis. They did enough analysis on it that they could tell that it's a football size object. And there is this one professor, Harvard astronomy department chair for 10 years, who ended up quitting his job, I guess, from all the pressure. Anyway, he came up with the idea that it's a solar sail, probably a piece of debris from alien tech, maybe even a Dyson, part of a Dyson sphere. We can discuss what a Dyson sphere is. But you don't even have to go that far. It looks like a piece of aluminum foil the size of a football field that came from it came from outside of our solar system. So the only way, not the only, but the best explanation, the most scientific explanation, or the scientific explanation, meaning the simplest explanation, is that it's just a piece of alien tech. So, I mean, there's no way that we know that nature can produce something like an aluminum foil, especially football sized. I mean, so the reason that I mean, one of the most compelling reasons to believe that it's a piece of aluminum, of not aluminum, a piece of foil, is because as it flew away from the sun, it started accelerating instead of decelerating. I mean, relative to the trajectory that you would expect from an asteroid, just a piece of rock. So a piece of rock, as it moves away from the sun, it should be slowing down because as it flies away, the sun is tugging on it. But the tug, decreases as it moves away, but still there is a tug. The sun is pulling on it as it flies away. But as they um, calculated or simulated the trajectory where they thought it should be flying, it actually deviated away from that trajectory. And it looks like it was accelerating relative to that trajectory away from the sun. So the simplest explanation is that it was a solar sail, meaning an aluminum foil. So the sun continuously releases what's known as a solar wind. The sun doesn't just release light. I mean, light is part of its solar wind, but it also releases particles. The sun is releasing, it's burning away, it's evaporating away itself. It's actually losing mass all the time. That mass ends up as solar winds. And you can create a solar sail and ride these solar winds. And that's actually a technology that this professor was working on. And that's why he connected the dots. He said, wait a minute, that's exactly how a solar sail would behave. And solar sails are, an advanced tech that he's working on that, not just him. It's a famous piece of technology. It actually shows up in Star Wars when Dooku ran away from Yoda, so he used a solar sail for some weird reason, but that was a solar sail. He just opened up, like, it looks like a parrot. They made it look like a parachute. He just opened up a parachute and used it to float away. They didn't go into details, but that was the Dooku ship used a solar sail. There's many variants of solar sails. The Japanese also tested solar sail technology in space, and they proved that it works. Obviously, I mean, it was no surprise. Anyway, so it looks like a solar sail or something like that. I mean, it could be anything. It could be a high school project of some advanced alien civilization, or it could even be a signal that they sent us. Who knows? I mean, the theory is that it's millions or maybe even billions of years old.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we just have no idea. It could also be, I would venture to say it could be like 1 year old. Maybe there is like a space station just outside our solar system, and they decided to send it our way. Because as soon as Pan-STARRS went online, the first thing it picked up is that. It's like they waited for us to have Pan-STARR. They knew when Pan-STARRS was going to go online, and that's when they sent it. I don't know. I mean, no, obviously no one knows, but it, I mean, it looks like alien tech. And that is the best alien, intelligent alien or any alien um, evidence that I've ever come across. It's very compelling, and
Sounds
it,
like it.
yeah, and I've listened to every astrophysicist that I could listen to discuss it, and so there's one guy from Colombia. He has a big channel. His channel's name is Cool Worlds, and he reviewed the book that professor, it's like Avi, whatever, I don't know his name, weird name, Loeb or something like that. So Cool Worlds is a professor at Columbia of astrophysics, I think, pretty sure. He researches exomoons, moons of planets in other solar systems. That's his specialty or something. So he reviewed the book, and he poo-pooed away basically all the evidence presented by the book, except for the acceleration. He said that the best explanation, the scientific explanation. He didn't say that. He said there is no explanation. That he left it there. There is no explanation for that, which means, right, according to the scientific methodology, the only explanation obviously is the scientific one, right? The best explanation is the scientific one by definition. The simplest explanation is the scientific one by definition. But the only explanation is the scientific one by default, and there is no explanation. Since then, they came up with other explanations, but they're not as compelling. So they say, oh, it could be uh, an iceberg of hydrogen, a hydrogen iceberg, and we anyway. By the way, Juan, not Juan, I mean J. You keep touching your mic or something.
Oh,
We keep hearing you making noise. It's okay. So anyway, we could go in depth. I mean, I'd love to debate. That's one of my debate topics. No one has
oh, I did
ever.
not know that. Okay, okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
Very-
if you ever, let me go find it. Where did I put it? It's like no one ever wants to discuss it, but among actual astrophysicists, I can't find it. Let me do Control F. It's number 22. So, really? I need
I'm all about exploring the strange, dark, and mysterious in life.
to. Okay. I mean, one second. Let me just paste it. This is number 22. So, number 22 on my list of topics is the best scientific theory to explain the natural phenomenon of Oumuamua is that it is an artificial artifact of technological alien civilization origins. You cannot be vegan and support the COVID jab. I guess that's a different topic. And we need to fix that, but not now. Um, so that's a topic no one has ever wanted to discuss it. Among
Well, I'm glad
oh,
I can be the first to bring it up and not know it was in your list of topics.
right, I think it's very important because I mean that professor had to quit his job because of the pressure.
Would you
Because
would you have quit the job if you were in his position too?
I guess I mean you saw I left the Alex sphere under pressure. I mean, under pressure, what's the I mean, you want to live your life. I mean, what's the point of living under pressure? There's a limit to what you want to do in life. I mean, you want to help humanity, but if humanity, if the constellation where you are within humanity keeps punishing you, then you might as well leave and strategize and find another way to help or whatever, or help yourself, who knows. But if you're suffering, like I was in the Alex sphere and I was being maligned and attacked nonstop, it got boring and detrimental for my life. I couldn't function because I was always thinking like what's next. I mean, is someone going to report? Everyone kept saying report this guy to the FBI. I don't need that in my life. So who
No.
knows? Like that's pressure. So maybe he had that too on him. Maybe people said, we'll report you. We'll do this. We'll do that. So he doesn't need that. I mean, that's not productive. You keep making noises with your mic. Are you touching your mic?
No, I'm on my phone this time. I'm just holding the
Oh,
phone in my hand.
oh, okay, okay. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, so I mean, now that he quit, so he wrote a book, and he has I mean he quit his job as the head of the department. I think he's still in the department. He's just, I guess, he's still teaching. He publishes papers. He keeps publishing papers, especially about Oumuamua, because scientists hate Oumuamua. One second, there is a comment from Woody Johnson. Why did everyone wanted to report you to FIB? I guess FBI, because it's like it's the children, because Alex was accusing me of being a pedophile. So people listen and they hear, oh, Alex, we trust Alex. Why would Alex lie? And Alex is uh insinuating that Mr. Slave is a pedophile. Well, we want to protect the children, so let's report. So they just assumed that Alex is correct, that Mr. Slave is a pedophile, so the FBI should get involved and should stop Mr. Slave from hurting children. That's just, the natural reaction of people. People didn't like go too deep into it. Someone is getting accused of something for no reason, must be true. It's like a classic witch hunt. Like in the witch hunts, they kept killing all these witches, and of course we know no one was a witch. But so you would say, why was everybody getting accused of being a witch? I mean, it's got to be true. Why else would you accuse someone of being a witch? I mean, there's millions of people, and you're accusing this one person. Must be true. or who knows the reason. I didn't need that in my life. I can only assume he didn't need that the this constant berating in his life. Um, but he's very productive. I mean, he doesn't have a social network presence. He doesn't have a Twitter account. He doesn't tweet. He doesn't have YouTube, but he goes on other people's channels. One of the reasons he doesn't have social network presence is because he doesn't want to be judged. He's tired of being judged. So, but he is a very competent scientist. He's actually a black hole expert. I was thinking maybe to have him on my show.
Oh yeah.
I I have an email, a back and forth email with him.
Oh nice.
Yeah, I did contact him at one point, and because at one point there was like people came up with a solution. They said, no, it's not alien tech. It's like like a hydrogen iceberg floating in space. So I asked him, what do you think about that? He said, I already reviewed it. I looked into it. I proved that it's impossible. I wrote the paper. You know. Anyway, so yeah. If you want to know about aliens, so yeah, there is evidence. There is more evidence other than Oumuamua. That's one evidence, but there's more evidence other than that. But nothing. I don't think anything is as compelling as Oumuamua. Oumuamua, I think, by far is the most compelling. I mean, I would love to get my hands on Oumuamua. Uh, it would be very interesting. I mean, first it would be evidence that that there are aliens. But more than that, it could actually have a message in it. It could contain something. I mean, besides being just a piece of aluminum foil, maybe it has text on it, or maybe a lot of text. Maybe it has some information on it. Maybe it even has some AI on it. Maybe who knows? I mean, and of course, maybe the material of which it's made, it could be interesting by itself. We could learn and improve our lives just from the material. Who knows what it's made of? Although I think that's like the least interesting part. The most interesting part would be actual information that is embedded in Oumuamua, if there is any, right? Because we know that a tiny, tiny, tiny chip could contain an entire AI with its own history. Maybe it could tell us all about the civilization from which it originated. Maybe it's alive and well. We just need to capture it and somehow talk to it. I don't even know how we would talk to it.
No.
I mean, it probably doesn't use radio or microwave. I mean, I think the most efficient way to talk is actually light. So maybe it would use like a laser pointer, like a what do you call the beep 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 when what do you call that language? Like from World War II? The beeping
More.
Morse, yeah, Morse code. Like it could use laser as Morse code or something. Um. Anyway, so that's about Area 51. About Bigfoot, it
Yeah.
Bigfoot is a hoax. It looks like a hoax. I mean, it looks like somebody put on a suit and somebody took a video of it. Um,
Well, I think maybe you could be right because have you noticed that every single one of Bigfoot sightings, even in modern days, it always looks like it was recorded with a potato camera, like low quality pixel camera. Like, don't you think that with today's technology, if there was any recent Bigfoot sightings, that the quality would be like HD 1080p at least, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean the and it's not even interesting. I mean, who cares? Let's say there is a Bigfoot running around. Why would I care? What benefit is it to humanity to know that there is a Bigfoot? It's like so boring. Same goes for the Loch Ness monster. So let's say there is a Loch Ness monster. Who cares? That's like completely boring. I'd rather kill myself than even have to think about it. So, yeah, so these things are extremely boring. Most of the topics are extremely boring when it comes to conspiracy theories.
I
Uh,
think people are just fascinated. I think people are just fascinated by like rare discoveries, like like anything that is not a common sighting, like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster. People are going to be fascinated by it, and they're going to be looking for it just because it's not a common animal or creature.
yeah, for me, it's boring. Let's see. Woody Johnson says, Slave, you have a very clear time with me on the pedo issue. I was kicked off the channel. I invited you on because I committed with you. Slave, you have a very clear time with me on the pedo issue. I don't know what that means. I know Woody Johnson. We write emails to each other back and forth. That's the only communication I have with him. So he says, I know he told me before he was kicked off that channel where I was invited. He invited me to the channel, and I like it's a MGTOW channel. So I used to be MGTOW, especially a TFM, turd flinging monkey. I mean, and that was as far as I was MGTOW. I was listening to him and following his advice, and then I realized, no, this is suboptimal compared to doing what I'm doing today. I'm much happier now than I ever was by far. So I mean, so I told them, yeah, we had a discussion, and in the discussion, I don't remember how I mentioned, yeah, the TFM. TFM says that if you discuss the age of consent, then you're a pedophile. It's a little literal quote. TFM said, if you discuss the age of consent, we know you're a pedophile. We all
That's
know you're a pedophile. Just for discussing the age of consent. Just discussing the age of consent. So, I mean, TFM, he says that he was twice falsely accused of rape, and it basically destroyed his life in high school or whatever. But the first thing he does is basically accuse others of, right? He accuses others of false accusations of being pedophiles just for discussing the age of consent. Like he did it to people that called in, paid him money on the show to discuss the age of consent. He accused them of being pedophiles. So I brought up the fact that Alex accused me of being a pedophile. So the first thing these guys did was, "Oh, so you're a pedophile? Oh, tell us more about you being a pedophile. Oh, you're a pedophile. Oh, you're a pedophile. Oh," and then they just kicked me. Wait, are you a pedophile? And they went into the Alex mode of, "Wait, Mr. Slave, are you a pedophile? Wait, are you a pedophile? Wait, why aren't you answering the question? Are you a pedophile?" And at that point, I I don't engage in ad hominem. I don't want to talk about myself. You want to have a conversation, we can, but not about myself. I'm not going to be interrogated by an inquisition. At that point, they just kicked me off the stream, and then they also kicked off Woody Johnson, who invited me on that stream for the like so-called debate. So that's the story about that. Let's go to the next comment. So Woody says, "But are you a witch?" Yeah, exactly. You might as well ask me if I'm a witch. How much has I know you never seem to insinuate that, but I don't know why people came to that conclusion. Woody Johnson, you gotta fix your English. I don't understand what you're saying. But are you a witch, Mr. Slave? How much has I know you never seem to insinuate that, but I don't know why people came to that. I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. Try to fix that. Make a final statement, Slave. Soon we're gonna finish. I don't know what happened. Lost connection. Oh, we lost J-Rock. All right. Anyway, let me try to do maybe a short debate, maybe with Discord. Let's bring on Discord. Where's my Discord? There is Discord. Share. So you should be seeing my share Discord. Let me check the audio still okay. Yeah, sounds okay. That's pretty good. So here's Discord. So I have a direct message pending. This guy. That's always good to have more friends. Crit every day. There's something I don't know what he's trying to say. I don't know. Black Diamonds on the level. We've been talking to on the level every day. That's where Bev is. I guess we can join them, but maybe. Oh, I guess you're back. Oh, Spicoli. Spicoli, you gotta give me a sign that it's you. Can you text me something in the private that I know it's you? Um, or can you cam up? I don't know. Have you ever cammed up? I've never seen your face actually. Have I? I don't remember ever seeing your face. Spicoli, you gotta give me something. Sarah loves anal beads. I'm gonna take my chances with that.
It's me. Who else would it be?
Yeah, I wish they could allow me to hear your voice before I bring you on.
Well, Ashley
Anyway,
has a way of doing it. What you do is you put up like a picture of something. She usually puts a picture of Hormaxer, and then I can talk and nobody can see me. There's a way of putting.
let
You
me
put up
try
a
it.
still picture. You put up like a still picture and on the screen, and then she asked me. There's a way of doing it somehow. I don't know. I don't have StreamYard. Yeah,
Oh,
you
so
know what I'm talking about?
I need a picture that is big enough. Oh, I could use that
Yeah,
or
exactly. You put that.
that. No.
Yeah, that last
Yeah,
picture. You can put it up, and then you
or
ask the people to
that.
identify themselves.
That probably not. That's a video clip, so it's gonna probably block. Anyway, yeah, okay. It's a good idea. Very good idea.
But it filled the screen. It filled the whole screen. Whatever you put up there filled the screen.
This one, not completely.
No,
The edges are not. So
no,
I
but
need
it's
to
enough.
find.
No, but that's enough to still not show the person on the screen. That's still going to cover the person's image up, if you think about it. Just
Let
look at
me
my wait.
try.
I'll tell you what. Look at our pictures. Look at our avatars. See all the black space around us? It's all black.
Let me try this picture. No, it's not big enough.
Well, it doesn't have to be, bro. I'm telling you. It'll be
Because they could use the edges. They would see the edges and they would
no, but
attack.
the edges will be black. Their pictures only in the their picture's going to be in the center of the screen. They won't be able to lean over far enough.
Oh, you're saying do this. No, that's too big. Do this or do this. No. Yeah,
I'm not
this
sure how to. I'm not
because
sure.
I'm first, you're second, and then I would do this, and then they'd be blotted out, I guess. Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, Slave, what have
Good.
you been up to?
The usual, working. Yesterday I had an MMA fight,
Mm,
broke my broke a toenail, completely shattered the toenail, but then I went to sleep. In the middle of the night, my
mhm.
other foot started hurting like crazy. I couldn't even walk to the fridge to get any medication, any pain relief.
Where was
But
your fight at? Where do they have to take place?
I cannot disclose that
Yeah.
information.
Can we see
But
them ever? Can we ever watch them?
no, it's not important. I was fighting a new guy. So new guys, they go crazy. They're not measured in how they fight. They think
Mhm.
it's to the death.
Yeah.
So this guy, I mean, he kept leaving his face open. I kept hitting his face, and I kept telling him, please protect your face. Don't let me touch your face. And he kept ignoring me, and I kept touching his face, like punching his face. I was trying to be
Right.
very gentle. All he was trying to do was punch me in the body and kick me in the legs. So, of all, and his kicks were full power. He was like trying to break my legs.
Fuck.
So, some shots to my, one shot to my foot, I guess, did some damage. I couldn't tell until midnight, until like 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., the pain was unbearable. It woke me up, and I couldn't walk. I could barely go
Oh,
to the bathroom. Yeah. I
Jesus.
had to limp to the bathroom. But this happens a lot, that in the middle of the night there is pain from a shot that you didn't notice at all during the day.
Yep.
And then by the time you wake up in the morning, it's almost completely healed.
Now,
It's
have you ever been accidentally kicked in the balls?
many times. But since then I started wearing a cup. So like in the
Even with the
beginning.
cup, it can still
What?
hurt with the cup, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible to get kicked to the cup, and the cup can hit your balls, and that's painful. And that
I got a
happened.
question, Mr. Slave. My penis and balls are so big, I can't find a cup to fit me. What do you recommend?
Cut them off.
Cut them off. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll do
Well,
that. As soon as we're off, I'm gonna go cut them off. I'm gonna do that.
yeah. Anyway, if you have nothing else to add, let me see if there's anything on Discord, if there's anyone. Let me go through the servers.
Yeah.
So on Ask Yourself, there's an announcement. Maybe I'm included.
I love watching your Discord debate.
Really? Yeah, me too. I love it. So why Zara? She announced that the Hobo Knight wants to debate, and I spoke to the Hobo Knight, and he said let's do it. But I told him every morning 11 a.m. But he has never shown up. Let me go to General and try to ask the Hobo Knight. The
Is it
Hobo.
Hobo Night or Homo Night?
Not Hobo. Here it is. The Hobo Knight. Hi, any morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. 8
So that's
a.m.
that. What?
8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I don't know anything about that. Let's see if there's anyone in debates. Most of the servers are empty. Nameless debates. There's a few
That's
people.
good.
Let's
It means
try.
they're working. People are at work. Good.
Yeah, let me try this one. Good morning.
Same, who's back?
Same.
Oh,
Yes, I
I'm
do. I do
muted.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let me leave.
I think
Hold on, Vivi. Instinct.
Yeah, so
That would be
Instinct is the server owner, and he muted me on the server, so that's that.
Why?
Obviously, I was having a debate with him, I think, if I remember correctly, about why scientific consensus is unscientific.
It is. You're right. You're
So
right.
he obviously, like, he's a complete leftist. He's a loony lefty, so he hated it, and
No, but I
and
thought
that,
loony lefty woke people didn't even believe in science anymore. Isn't that what I thought that was their thing now? Don't
they
believe it.
believe whatever they want to believe. They don't believe anything. I don't know. 1 second.
They believe men can be women, women can be men.
1 second. It's Juan. Hey Juan, what's up? Oh, okay.
Yeah, let them on.
Yeah, of course. There you go.
Cool. I'm gonna mute myself while I pick a pipe.
Yes, Juan, Mr. J Rock. So that's the story with In Sync, whatever. Let me try. Let's debate. Is there anyone on the server? No.
While you're looking for someone to debate, I'm gonna look for. I want to share my screen. I want to show Spicoli who he reminds me of, like, because there's someone on YouTube who sounds like him. I'm gonna find it.
Tell me when you're ready to share your screen.
Okay.
So I'm looking. I don't see. Oh, Vegan World usually has people, but I'm basically out of time. It's going to be a very, very short discussion. Let's try fish. Hello. Is there anyone here? I guess not. Let's try level 15 plus. Confirm. Hello. Vlad.
Hello.
Hi, Vlad. How are you?
Good, man. Who are you? Oh, you're Mr. Slave.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to debate something or no?
What? Debate what?
I'll give you my list of topics. You can choose.
Okay, give me a boring topic of yours.
Level 15. Chat. Paste. Here's the list. You can go through the list. You can speak. By the way, you're on YouTube, so you can speak as you go through the list and comment on any topic you find interesting. Or
Uh-huh.
are you looking through?
Yeah.
Do you find anything interesting?
Not yet. What?
All right.
He sounds asleep.
That's how he sounds. By the way, I have a panel on YouTube that's talking to me to my ear, so it might be weird.
Oh, all right.
What topic are you looking at right now?
24, 25.
24, 25. So 24 is the vegan teacher is a terrorist. 25 is vegan gains is a terrorist. Are you a vegan?
Hell no.
Hell no. Then we should be in agreement on most topics.
Yeah. Bro, I don't see anything that I disagree with.
That's incredible because usually you hate me.
That's fake news, man.
Fake news? You don't hate me?
Yeah. No, of course I don't.
Really?
Yeah. Why you say that?
That's the feeling I got. I mean, I'm just letting you know how I feel. Let me find
I think you're weird because you're a slave, but I don't hate you.
Oh, okay. I guess I agree with you somewhat. Makes sense. It's not conventional. Most people don't identify as slaves. They hide. They don't admit. Even I'm hiding. I'm not doxing myself. Like, so most people who are slaves are not proud of it. It's very, because even as I am not doxing myself, I get attacked a lot. So
Yeah. But don't you feel horrible being a slave?
no, I'm not a slave. I'm I'm in role. I role play as a slave with my owner, with my goddess. I only enjoy that. I would not enjoy you treating me like a slave.
How would you know?
What do you mean? How would I know? I don't understand the question.
How would you know that you will not like to be my slave? You don't know that for sure.
I don't know what.
Right?
I don't even know what you mean by that. What do you mean?
I mean a slave.
I don't enjoy being a slave except for to a beautiful woman. And even then, she has to, it has to be a very, very specific relationship. It's not like she hates me. I I want to be loved as a pet, but I want to be loved. I don't want to be.
If
Hmm?
if I bring you a beautiful woman and me and her are gonna use you as a slave, like
No,
clean around the house and
no. No, that's not what I enjoy. No. No, I enjoy a personal relationship with a beautiful woman. Like my owner is basically a runway model. I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous. So I'm completely in love with her. So I would do anything for her.
and yeah, but she's not in love with you
How do you know that?
because she has no respect for you. She sees you as
How do you know that?
weak
How do you know that?
because respect is how you say, man, you impose respect by the way that you are, and you have to respect yourself in order for other people to respect you. But if you're on your knees, how can anyone respect you?
I mean, it depends on what she's looking for in a partner. Is she looking for a dominant guy or is she looking for a submissive guy? So the same, like most, you could say that most men look to be dominant, they look for submissive women. And you could say that most women look to be submissive to dominant men. But sometimes you have outliers. Sometimes you have submissive men who look for dominant women. And sometimes you have dominant women who look for submissive men. So maybe that's what I found.
What?
Right? Maybe I'm a submissive man who found a dominant woman, and that's what we love about each other.
And you don't feel like there's something wrong with you.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what wrong means.
Basically, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you mean. I mean, you mean statistically that I'm an outlier?
No, not statistically. What is wrong and right? You don't know what wrong and right is.
I don't know what you mean, and I know the the general use of the terminology wrong and right. I don't know what you mean by that. And you deny that you mean statistically. So then I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah, because wrong and right is beyond statistics. Do you agree, or you think it's just based on statistics?
You're gonna wait a minute. Am I even sharing Discord? Yeah, it should be shared, but no one can see. Oh yeah, they can see it. All right. Beyond wrong and right is beyond statistics. I mean, wrong and right could be many things. You have to make your case. I mean, you're giving me a title. Now make your case. What do you want to say?
Yes, when I brought the subject of wrong and right, you said, "Oh, like statistically." So, do you only believe that wrong and right is based on statistics?
No, it's nothing to do with believe. I mean, it's just terminology. What do you mean? I'm asking you. What do you mean?
That's why I'm asking you,
So I don't
because
know.
I
I already told you.
you don't know
I told you already. I don't know what you mean. What do you want me to do?
what what is wrong and right to you.
I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. You got
That's
you.
a question for you. You're supposed
I
to tell
don't
me what
know.
you mean by wrong and right.
I didn't use the term. I usually don't use terms like wrong and right. I avoid that. I avoid passing judgment on anything, including myself.
So you have no judgment, no discernment.
I avoid using wrong and right. I mean, I could judge a movie. I could judge food. I could judge my shock collar that keeps disconnecting. So I hate it.
So in your world, there is no concept of right and wrong.
Yeah, basically you could say that. Yeah, I'm amoral, so you could say that I don't have rights and wrongs in my universe the way I understand it.
So from a right and wrong or moral or immoral point of view, because you don't have that. Everything is the same when it comes to right and wrong. It's neutral.
It's ultimately, like, I
It's
know
neutral, right?
ultimately. So if I walk down the street and I see A attacking B, so I would try to stop A from attacking B. If I see a person attacking another person, I would try to, bring peace to the situation, even though I might
Wh-
get harmed. But
Why would you do that?
because I'm an egoist. That is the calculus of an egoist. I want to live in a better society. I want to improve the universe in order for me to enjoy life more. So we all have to chip in and take risks sometimes and de-escalate dangerous situations.
But if there is not right and wrong, what made you judge that situation
Me,
as
my
something that you have to stop?
my personal benefit. I want to live in a better world, right? If two of my neighbors are fighting, maybe I'll be next. Maybe they're going to burn down the building.
How is that guy that is attacking another guy affecting you? He's a stranger. He doesn't know you.
Maybe I'm next on his plate. And maybe
But you're saying maybe, but you know that's not true. The reality is that that person doesn't know you. You're gonna walk next to, like, you're gonna move on, and that's it.
but
They can't
ultimately
affect your life.
but ultimately that's how societies collapse. I mean, it starts with these little things. So if you don't stop it, society ultimately will collapse if no one stops it. But if everyone stops it,
And a society collapsing is no better or more right than a society not collapsing,
yes, it is. It's
or no more wrong.
right. But
Why?
no, I agree with that. But I said I'm an egoist. Besides being amoral, I'm also an egoist. So I seek I seek to maximize my well-being. My maximum well-being is not if society collapses. I need society to be very sturdy in order to enjoy life.
But when it comes to you be in your relationship, sexual slave relationship, you don't seek to maximize your well-being.
Of course I am. That's my well-being.
No, the well-being is to be worshipped by women and they bring you food and they massage you. That's the best well-being, not on your knees, right?
No, I hate it. I hate being worshipped and massaged. I actually hate massages. I love giving massage. I hate getting massaged. I find it
How would you know you have never been a king?
I've tried it. I hate it. I hate it when women love me. I hate it. When a woman worships me, I hate it. I immediately abandon the situation.
So you're not an egoist. Okay? If you was an egoist, you would say, I don't care about others. I only care about me being worshipped.
I'm an egoist. That means I want to maximize my happiness. My happiness, I enjoy being a slave to a beautiful woman.
But that doesn't make any sense. I think there's something wrong. It's just like the person that cuts themselves. Like they cut their arms and they say, I feel so great. Like something's not right there. 1 + 1 is not two, It's not something is not connecting.
Some people might enjoy cutting themselves or cutting off limbs. It might give them pleasure. So who am I to judge?
Yeah, but we know that they're mentally off. Something's wrong with them.
That's just a statistical claim.
You don't believe that insanity is a real thing?
It's relative too. I mean, if a person
Have you ever met insane people? Are you actually aware of how real and serious this situation is? Me- like insane people. It's a real thing.
yeah, but if a person I mean, a person could be happier by cutting off his finger or his arm.
Yeah, and we know that that person is insane.
I don't know what that means. I mean, but he is happier.
You don't know. The thing is, you don't know a lot of. You basically don't know anything. Whenever I say something, I don't know what you mean. I don't know that. Like, how can we communicate if you don't know anything?
I don't know. I'm also out of time. I gotta go. I started the show late today. But
That's it, bro.
what?
That's it.
Yeah, today it's gonna be short because I was having a discussion on my YouTube channel in the first hour. So I wanted to have a short discussion. I know I understand what you're saying. I mean, but it's I
Yeah.
think we're stuck in a loop because I think somewhere you're bringing in insanity, and maybe we need to define insanity and sanity because you reject statistical definitions. Once you do that, then
Yeah.
it's going to be
But I can't communicate with a person that doesn't know any word and wants to define everything. Like I see, it's just like me. Define what, then define what is, then define what then define what define is. So I can't communicate like that. Like if it's confusing situation, it's impossible for me to communicate.
all right. You know, I offered
Yeah,
I offered definitions. You know, I said statistical. You said
yeah,
no. You refuse my definition of statistical. So I don't know what to do. It's not like I didn't offer a definition.
yeah. That's why I say for you, insanity and right and wrong is based on statistics, right?
I mean,
For you.
it's a definition I can offer to have this discussion. I mean, you're welcome. Maybe next time we meet, you come with a definition, or we can even go.
Yeah.
We can
So
even
for example,
we can go to the dictionary and look at definitions and see what.
yeah, yeah, I understand, but I told you I can't do that, man.
All right, guy, I gotta
Um,
go. I'll
all right, bro.
I'll see you another day. Thanks for the talk.
See you other
Have a
time.
great day. Bye.
Yeah, same. You too.
Bye. Yeah, with him it gets very emotional, very passionate, very quickly. I've spoken to him before. He's a real chauvinist, and he really cannot understand how my preference. Let me see some more comments. Let's see this. Sorry, I was driving and writing this. You have to come out clear with the pedo issue. I have communicated with you and invited you to that show. For that, they kicked me. LOL. They assumed you are a pedo. I is true though slave. Or I guess, is it true though slave? I will not be the subject of an investigation. I refuse. That is literally ad hominem. I'm not here for any ad hominem. If anyone finds me distasteful, they don't have to communicate with me. I'm not going to go into the universe of ad hominem. I'm not going to be reviewed. I'm not going to be judged. That I will not do. We can discuss any topic in the universe except for me. I mean, like the guy I just had a discussion with, so he wants to discuss my preferences, right? And it keeps slipping into ad hominem land. So I keep driving the definition back to what do you mean statistical, this, that. No, he just wants to say, look, you're insane, which is it doesn't mean anything. It's a completely boring statement. I don't know what to do with that. So I will not reply to a question that is an interrogation. I'm here to debate, not be interrogated. If anyone wants to interrogate me, then that's going to be, a conversation ender. I'm not interested in that conversation. Simply, I don't know what else to say. I left the Alex sphere because I was being conversed about. I don't want to do that, especially not if I keep being attacked and shut down, right? They weren't just, I mean, they cut me off. I mean, it was many against one. I mean, it wasn't a quiet discussion about pedophilia. What do you think about pedophilia? Let's discuss. We had hours and hours of streaming about the issue. That has nothing to do with that. They just, I don't know what they want to do, and I could care less. If you ask me, are you a witch, Mr. Slave? Are you a witch? I'm not going to answer that question. I will not be interrogated. If you ask me, are you a thief? Are you a murderer? Are you a mass murderer? I'm not going to answer those questions. I will not, right? Because the next question is, well, prove that you're not a mass murderer. How do we know that you're not a mass murderer? I'm not going to waste my time. My time is valuable. I'm not going to waste my time proving I'm not a mass murderer. And then you're going to ask me, well, okay, so your first piece of evidence that you're not a mass murderer, how do you prove I'm not a mass murderer, by the way? How can you prove you're not a mass murderer? I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. How do you prove these things? I don't want to waste my time proving these things. Right? We have the presumption of innocence. So we assume everyone is innocent unless proven guilty. It is, if you think I'm a pedophile, go ahead, prove it. Don't ask me. Also, I have the Fifth Amendment. I don't need to answer questions that might incriminate me. Right? Just by answering, I could be incriminating myself. By saying no, oh, you said no. Only a pedophile would say no. I don't need to do that. I just refuse to enter the discussion. Why do we have these discussions again and again? Someone thinks I'm a pedophile, goodbye. You don't have to talk to me, And the next thing is, well, they're going to call the police. I don't need that. I don't understand why we keep going down that rabbit hole. It's like, leave it alone. If a person pays, like, I was on one server one time. I don't remember which server it was. There was one person that asked me, Mr. Slave, do you like little children? The guy got muted right away, and within less than a minute got banned off the server. Done. That's it. I mean, if that's what you do on the server, you're gone. So that's it. I mean, if someone brings up this topic, I mean, this topic is lethal. This could end a person's life, and you bring it up. Okay, so you're just a dangerous person. I will dissociate from you. So, Woody Johnson, leave the topic alone. Right? These people are dangerous. You want to be close to these people that bring this up, including TFM. That is really dangerous. You're taking a chance much more than you are when you're with a woman who could like false rape accuse you. I mean, these people right away they go for the jugular. Right away they go for pedophilia. I mean, that's much worse than a sexual assault accusation. So, I mean, just stay away from these people and leave me out of. I don't want to have anything to do with these people. You saw. I just had a discussion with a guy, and he wanted to talk about why I'm insane. That's fine. That is boring, but that is comparatively fine. But these people, they want to just, Mr. Slade, are you a pedophile? I'm not. What? I don't need that. That's boring, and I don't need it. I don't, and it's dangerous. Why would I want to enter a landmine like that? J Rock says, Spicoli, you know what? Anyone who brings up pedo again, I'm just gonna ban them off the channel. Woody Johnson, stop bringing it up. Leave me alone with that topic. I ran away from it. That's the reason I started defending Hormaxer in the beginning. In the beginning, it started when Greg called Hormaxer a pedomaxer. When he started doing that, I went and took fire for Hormaxer. I didn't know Hormaxer then, but I took all the fire that I could, and I knew I would pay a price for it, and I paid a price for it. I don't care, but anyone, and it cost me, belonging to this universe. Fine, I left that universe. I left the Alex sphere. It was a big price to pay, and I knew that that's the price I'm going to pay if I start taking fire for Hormaxer. But it was something that I had to do. I cannot stand by and watch a person being maligned for no reason. And of course they attacked me. And once they attacked me, Q2 stepped in and Q2 took fire, but not so much, because as soon as he started taking fire, he laid down his weapons a little bit. He didn't go full power against Alex. And Alex didn't go full power against Q2 because Q2 is black. So, Q2 has the race card that he can, use. but I'm completely defenseless. So anyway, anyone who brings up pedo again, I'm gonna ban them off the channel. No questions asked. That's it. I've had enough of that. We're not here for that. I need to get back to work and have my quiet life. I don't want to be emotionally disturbed by this interaction. I'm here to debate topics, not me. So here's the new rule. You bring up pedo once more, you're banned. Gone forever. I will not entertain you ever coming back. Period. So be aware of that. Yeah. Alex. All right. So we even had some drama today, which I don't want to have. Please, we're not here for drama. I'm not here for drama. You want drama, you have other channels. Not here. We're not here for drama. Anyone who brings up drama is going to get banned. All right, everyone. Thank you. I guess J-Rock is disconnected, so he cannot say his goodbyes. All right, everyone. Hopefully I see you tomorrow morning, maybe tonight. I don't promise anything, but tomorrow morning should be okay. See you. Bye. Have a great day.